We just heard some great insights from Leif there. Why do you think that telcos are feeling so much pressure on energy right now?
This is quite important. Let's look a little bit back. I mean, over the past few decades, we have been going from 2G to 3G to 4G. And in this evolution, what we have seen is that power consumption was increasing in a steady fashion. And at the same time, consumers are becoming more mature. They're demanding more. They're demanding more data. They're demanding higher data speeds. And at the same time, what we have seen from the Ericsson Mobility Report analysis is that in only 1 year, the mobile data traffic increased by 38%. And we expect this to continue and grow further. At the same time, when it comes to the average monthly smartphone usage, today is at a level of 19 gigabyte, and we expect that by 2028, this number will rise to 46 gigabyte. So we are discussing about big numbers, and this has a big impact also on the network. We need radios that are very powerful, that they can address and deploy more than one frequency band. And at the same time, we need sites, we need to densify the network, we need to improve our coverage. It is inevitable that this will require additional energy for all these digits, for all these zeros and ones that we need to transfer to our phones.
Noelia, this is clearly of huge concern to telcos, but is it being discussed at a really high level, like in the boardroom?
Absolutely, and we have seen a big shift in the C-level over the last year or so. So the energy topic is now at the top of the agendas, and of course, reliability and user experience, they are very important topics, and but they are not the only criteria to make decisions. And we can understand that one of the reasons is that the energy cost is impacting the profitability, the business profitability, together with the net zero targets that the operators have.
Thank you. So it's clear that there are some competing priorities that the industry is facing at the moment. We want to build out 5G, but we also want to reduce energy usage and continue the good work in shrinking our carbon footprint as well. But do the two need to be in tension, or can they be reconciled? Well, let's find out and dig into some solutions. So Noelia, let's talk about this energy curve. Is it destiny that energy curve is just going to keep going up and up?
Not at all. And 5G has the potential to make completely different, to break the energy curve. So 5G infrastructure can end up consuming less than the previous technologies. And this is a change in the way and the economics of running a mobile network. So telcos can have it all. They can deliver faster, they can more reliable, and cutting costs.
Leah, this sounds almost too good to be true. How can you manage this?
There are concrete things that we can do. First of all, we all know that 5G is more energy efficient technology and solution comparing to 4G. For example, with the 5G, we can increase the throughput of a radio by 30 to 40%, and for the same volume of data, of course. And this can be done because we can transmit more data, and this is translated to cheaper gigabit per watt cost base. At the same time, based on the field measurements that we have done, we have seen that when it comes to the 5G spectrum, TDD, and TDD stands for time division duplex, what we have seen is that 5G spectrum in TDD is 13 times more efficient comparing to LTE FTD, and 7 times comparing to LTE TDD. And although this might sound a little bit technical, it's not. It actually means that with 5G, we can transmit more data at the same space while saving energy at the same time. And this is something that is what we would like to promote, and this is what gives us, at the end of the day, the energy saving that we want to have in the telcos network. And it's actually amazing to see how technology is evolving. We are still in the early days of 5G, yet we have already the radio hardware that supports 3 frequency bands in one radio unit, and with that we can reduce the overall power consumption that we have on the network. And we should not forget that with the 5G TDD we have the massive MIMO technology, which further improves the data transmission in the network.
That is correct, and we have just announced a new range of radios and transport solutions that we provide 40% higher capacity with 30% less consumption than previous generation and 50% less embodied carbon footprint.
So, Leah, is the solution to this mostly about the hardware or also about the software or something else?
Actually, it's all 3 of them, because we have 3 key pillars that our telcos would like to take care of in order to optimize the energy usage. First of all, it is the hardware. With every new hardware platform, the energy efficiency is improving. And we can say that in our 5G newest solutions, we have achieved to have 10 times more energy efficient solution. And this is very important for exactly the cause that we want to achieve. At the same time, we have the software. And if we focus on the 5G, the intention, the objective is to reduce the average power consumption by utilizing RAN software functionality, energy saving features, while maintaining the service coverage. And it's important also to note that with 5G hardware and software, we approach a different granularity. For instance, when we have low traffic, what we can do is to lower or even switch off transmitters in the network. And this gives us dramatically improvement in the energy efficiency. We've mentioned about software, we mentioned about hardware, but in order for the software and hardware to work well together, we will need to have analytics and a special software in our network. Because when we want to lower the power that we transmit in the network, we need to be sure that there is a good balance between the power consumption and the customer experience. It's important to keep this balance and everything to work perfectly together. So it is important to have the right data, it is important to have the right analytics, and it is important in order to be able to take the right decisions at the right time.
All the jigsaw pieces fitting together. So it seems what we've learned over the course of our conversation is that 5G has the potential to finally crash that energy curve, increasing energy efficiency while delivering the transformative capabilities to our customers. But how can telcos seize this opportunity? So, Noelia, we know that the technology is there, right? So does it also require a bit of a change of mindset?
Correct. At Ericsson, we believe that operators will succeed if they take a holistic approach. And this holistic approach is needed to meet business and operational targets. So what is this holistic approach? This holistic approach means that we need to plan, deploy, and operate mobile networks differently. So we need to take the opportunity to modernize the site when we deploy, and we need to operate intelligently. And here comes also AI, the networks. So this is about looking wider than the traditional network KPIs that are based on network performance. We need to really balance, acknowledge the trade-offs to find the right balance between the network performance and the user experience in the radio site, and still deliver the best user experience in all the sites. What do you think, Leah?
I do believe that it's understandable that the telcos feel at this moment not that comfortable with this change of thinking. Metrics such as network performance has been key in their agenda. I mean, it used to be everything for them. But we believe that now time has come to do this mindset change, because 5G is a game changer and it has the capabilities to crash this energy cost curve and to provide to the telcos with the tools, the means, whatever they need in order to effectively manage their network in the best possible way.
And that sounds like a great place to end. Let's approach the energy challenge with a more holistic view. So thank you to Leah and to Noelia for joining me. And I know that many of you will have loads of questions about 5G, energy usage, and much more besides. But good news, the gurus at Ericsson are still here to answer your every burning question, and they will be for another 30 minutes after the end of the show. So please do keep your questions coming. Just pop them straight in the chat window. Thanks again to all our guests today. So Leah and Noelia, of course, but also Andrea and Leif, and of course to you for taking the time to join us. I hope our programme today has energised you to think carefully about your business's energy usage and how best to take advantage of 5G. Until next time.